Bello Turji, the notorious bandit leader who has terrorized communities across Zamfara and Sokoto states for years, is now running for his life. Recent military airstrikes have forced him into what can only be described as survival mode, and the signs are everywhere. Intelligence reports confirm that Turji is no longer staying in one location for more than a few hours. He is moving constantly, abandoning his usual strongholds in the forests, and this panic has led to something many families have been praying for. He has started releasing hostages. The Nigerian military has intensified operations in the northwest, and the pressure is clearly getting to him. Multiple airstrikes have been carried out targeting his known hideouts in Zamfara state. And while Turji himself has managed to escape each time, his network is crumbling. Sources close to the military operations say that the strikes have eliminated several of his top commanders and destroyed camps where weapons and supplies were stored. This is not just about one man anymore. The entire structure he built over the years is collapsing, and he knows it. What makes this situation even more interesting is the pattern of hostage releases. In recent weeks, families have reported that their loved ones, some held for months, have been set free without ransom payments. This is unusual for Turji, whose operations have always been about money and control. The fact that he's releasing captives suggests he no longer has the capacity to hold them or the confidence that he can continue demanding ransom. He is cutting losses, abandoning positions, and trying to stay alive. Every hostage released is a victory for those families, but it also shows just how desperate he has become. Military sources have described his movements as erratic. He is no longer the bold criminal who would make public threats or release videos taunting security forces. Now he is hiding, changing locations multiple times a day, and relying on a shrinking circle of loyalists. The airstrikes have not only destroyed his infrastructure, but also shattered the myth of invincibility that once surrounded him. Communities that feared him now see him as a fugitive, and that shift in perception is significant. When a bandit leader loses the psychological advantage, he loses everything. The Nigerian Air Force has been using intelligence gathered from locals, surveillance, and informants to track his movements. Every time he settles in a new area, the military closes in. This constant pressure has left him with limited options. He cannot stay in one place long enough to regroup, and his ability to launch attacks has been severely weakened. Reports from Zamfara indicate that some of his fighters have even started surrendering, tired of the relentless bombardment and the uncertainty of their leader's survival. When your own people start abandoning you, that tells you everything about where things are headed. But while this is good news, it is not over yet. Turji remains dangerous, and as long as he is free, there is still a threat. The military has made it clear that operations will continue until he is captured or eliminated. Residents in affected areas have been urged to remain vigilant and to report any suspicious activity. The government is also working to ensure that communities previously under his control receive support to rebuild and recover from years of violence. These communities have suffered enough, and they deserve peace and stability after everything they have endured. This is the moment to keep the pressure on. If you have been following this story, you already know how much suffering Turji has caused. Families torn apart, villages destroyed, and entire communities living in fear. Farmers could not go to their farms, children could not attend school, and people lived every day wondering if they would be the next victims. Now, for the first time in a long time, he is the one afraid. The tables have turned, and justice is catching up with him. If you are watching this and want to stay updated on how this story develops, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We bring you the latest information as it happens, and your support keeps this channel running strong. The releases of hostages are a relief, but justice must still be served. Turji and those who have enabled his crimes must face the consequences. The Nigerian government has made it clear that there will be no negotiations, no safe passage, and no mercy for someone who has caused so much pain. The operation is ongoing, and every day brings us closer to the end of his reign of terror. Security experts believe that his capture is now a matter of when, not if. The net is closing in, and there are fewer places for him to hide. What makes this even more significant is the message it sends to other criminal groups operating in the region. For years, bandits have operated with a sense of impunity, believing they were beyond the reach of law enforcement. Seeing one of the most powerful among them reduced to a fugitive running from place to place shows that the government is serious about ending this menace. It also boosts the morale of troops on the ground who have been fighting tirelessly to restore peace to these communities. The people of Zamfara and Sokoto states are cautiously optimistic. They have seen false dawns before, moments when it seemed like the violence might end only for it to continue, but this time feels different. The sustained military campaign, the collapse of Turji's network, and the release of hostages all point to a turning point. Families are beginning to hope again, and that hope is precious. What do you think should happen when he is finally caught? Should he face trial in a court of law, or should the military handle it differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's have a conversation about justice and accountability. And if you found this video informative, please share it with others so more people can stay informed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.